What's going on, guys? It's your boy John the Liquidator coming back with another video, and it looked like the Indiana Fever front office is in a heap of trouble with the fan base yet again. Guys, for this one here, we got to go all the way up to Indy. Let's get it. Let's go.
No, I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you want to play tough and want to hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up. No, I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you want to play tough and want to hate this,
I'm not going to be one to beat a dead drum, but I told y'all Kayla Clark off the ball spells disaster, bro. And that's exactly what we witnessed today. A whole bunch of disaster. Now, Jason Whitlock did unload on Stephanie White, which I'm going to have to do a separate video on that, by playing Ari McDonald so many minutes. I just want to know you guys' thoughts about that down in the comment section. But the Valkyries head coach did not hold back on Stephanie White and this game. Guys, this is what they just said in their press conference. Roll the footage.
That shot really seems to be working. He had in 9 games, she had been shooting around like 25% from three.
Yeah.
What have you seen kind of just change from her distance shooting these past couple of games?
Yeah, I think we stayed really connected offensively. We stayed space. We held space today. And then I think just overall we played team basketball today on both sides of the floor. That was something we're missing.
Yeah.
But, obviously credit to V. She's been working really, really hard on her threes. And also, too, with Carla playing, another ball handler out there. So it allows V to play a little bit off the ball sometimes. So, yeah, I think V is probably happy Carla is back.
Yeah. I was asking Veronica about just your inside defense. You've done a good job on Indiana in both games this year, and you're such a good paint team, and you've done a good job generally on bigger teams this year. What do you guys do so well, even when you have the size difference that you generally do against rim protectors, to really just kind of defend the paint so well?
Just, again, study how they're getting their paint points.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, again, Kasib, Powell had an amazing game plan. How we're going to be disruptive, and then just, again, credit to our defense. We played team defense tonight. I'd say the last 2 games we weren't playing team defense. It got a little bit individual. So, again, credit to our players just being coachable, and then Kasib Powell obviously with that game plan. So when we're connected, team defense usually ends in a good result. Yeah.
It looked like there were a few possessions where you had Caitlin Chen on Caitlin Clark, and then a few times where she beat Clark on the other end too, especially that like reverse layup.
Yeah.
She had a few threes. Just what's it been like seeing Caitlin just kind of really integrated with this team and get more comfortable?
Honestly, like, she deserves everything, every minute she has, just based off of her hard work. And what Caitlin also brings is just a smile to everyone's face. Caitlin Chen does not have a bad day. She brings so much energy and so much joy. And when a person's like that too, you could tell they're just super confident, right? Because they're just free and they're themselves. So I think that's what you see is like our team and our coaching staff, they just embrace who she is. And we just allow her to have fun. Like, I was able to get on her with her turnovers. Like, come on, Caitlin, and she's like, I'm sorry. So it's just, we already feel so close, but because she's coachable. Yeah.
Late games have been a bit of an issue at times this year. Like Atlanta, Phoenix, a few games. This game, you just kept extending the lead.
Yeah.
Veronica and KT said that was a point of emphasis in this game to really just kind of keep your foot on the gas. How important is it to just see them be able to execute that?
Yeah, we talked about it again. Close games on the road too. So we're traveling with the airplane. So I'm mindful, right? But someone, I don't know who wrote up, but like, we're all tired, but nobody really cares.
Yeah.
Like, no one cares. So we got to make sure we talked about having a mental toughness tonight. That was the key. Having mental toughness. You're fatigued. Okay, great. Tell me, I'll sub you out. But if not, you got to push through. And that's what we did. We pushed through and we rebounded tonight. Yeah.
How do you feel like Carla did kind of just like getting reintegrated?
Great. Again, like, we weren't able to practice really 5-on-5. So I thought she passed my expectations. She was confident out there. She was active. She got a couple steals. That's all we wanted, and then she walks away healthy. That's a plus. Yeah.
It seemed like Janelle was kind of in a little bit more of a rhythm. Was that nice to see, just kind of her being involved?
Yeah, and I think that's what you saw yesterday. We were able to play some 3-on-3. Yeah. So getting her to play that contact, yesterday, I think really just pushed her to feel a little bit more comfortable out there. So I wanted to keep shooting. If it's not going in, good, shoot the next one. Yeah.
We are almost halfway through the season, and Portland is about to announce their team, their branding. Do you have anything that you would tell them about being an expansion team coming into the league now that you've had a couple of months of actually being here?
To be honest, I'm so focused now on in season, and if you know me, I am where I am where my feet are, and I stay locked in. Someone just asked me, are you concerned about going to Vegas with the Aces? I'm concerned about where we're eating when we land because I'm going to be starving. So hopefully we can go to Javier's or something like that. But no, I'm present. I'm here, and when I'm here and I'm here for my girls, then that's, I think, why we're so special, is because we stay present and we don't get distracted by other things.
You guys have really figured out the fever. Like, is there anything that you came into this game like new, or just playing as hard as you can play?
No, I don't think we have it figured out. I don't think you ever have anyone figured out, because when you come into a game, you always have to respect your opponent. And if you cheat the game will cheat you straight back. So, no, we just came out with a different mindset. Like I said, we're thinking about mental toughness, and it's always about what we can control and what we bring to the game. So I always say we control our own destiny. And as long as we stay focused on that and we play team defense, then we're going to be successful.
Great,
Yeah.
thank you.
Thanks, you guys.
I asked you a little bit about 3-point shooting before the game, and tonight you go 5 for 6. Has anything changed a little bit in the past couple of games? Just kind of getting you on track here?
No, not really. I think just taking open looks, like getting high quality looks, and then they're connecting. But in terms of mechanics, in terms of routine and reps, it's all the same. And I think it has to continue to be the same, whether I'm making or missing.
KT, just want to ask you too about Veronica's shooting from these past 2 games and how valuable it is for a shot to be working.
No, I mean, she's a shooter. We just tell her, let it fly, give her the confidence. She's been in the gym, her work is paying off, and, that's a product of what she's been putting in. So, we believe in her, and she's going to knock that shot down anytime. And if she doesn't, just keep shooting.
What worked well for you guys defensively today?
Oh, man, I think, we got back to, playing together. You know what I'm saying? Indiana is a great team. Creighton Clark, Kelsey Mitchell, and, Aaliyah Boston, all their starters, they're great. But, it just wasn't one player. It was all of us working together to stop, the big three. So, kudos to our team today for, kind of going back and watching film from the last 2 games and realizing what we didn't do those last 2 games and coming to here a hostile place and, executing the win tonight.
Obviously, last game you guys kind of didn't really close out at Atlanta, and this is a game where you just kept extending that lead in the second half. How important was it for you guys just to keep your foot on the gas and just taking those chances?
Yeah, that's a big point of emphasis.
Yeah.
Obviously, especially on the road, it's easy for momentum to shift, or they go on a run, and it can be a little difficult to get that back on our side. And they did go for a little push, and it was just staying poised. Basketball is a game of runs, and not letting that kind of get too much in our heads. But then it comes down to getting stops. If we can get 3 stops in a row and worry about the defensive end, the offensive side of the ball will come. And so I think that was really big for us to be able to extend it rather than let it come down to the wire in an environment like this.
Indiana's best beating scoring team in the league, and just twice now you've been able to really shut them down there. And you guys have done a good job defending the paint all year. I think everyone knows you guys aren't the biggest team, but what do you guys do so well just to shut teams down around the rim?
No, we're not the biggest team, but we got big hearts. So, Aaliyah Boston, she's good. Their post players are good, but I think our post players did a great job of, walling up and, just playing without fouling. I think we did a better job this game of defending without fouling and, bailing teams out and then get to the free throw line. But also that just comes with our team, digging and knowing who we're supposed to be digging from and stuff like that. So
yeah, and we ask a lot out of Temi, Mo, and LA, and they execute. They come in every single day, they cover for us, and then they hold it down against big time post players in this league. So definitely a big credit to Temi, Mo, LA, all of our people guarding their 5s, even Atlanta as well. They had 2 of the best post players in this league, and so it's not an easy job, but they attack it every single matchup.
In June, Coach Nakase noted that one way to shut down Caitlin Clark is she's always going to shoot to it from her left. You guys, we saw that this whole game. Did you feel super prepared to combat with her back on the court?
Yeah, I mean, Caitlin Clark is Clayton Clark, you know what I'm saying? So it's just about taking away her tendencies and, doing a good job with that. She's going to get her shot off anyway because that's just who she is. But like I said, it was just team defense all around tonight stopping her.
Have you guys, have you given any thought to the upcoming expansion drafts and how that might impact the Valkyries at all? You guys, I think, are the most cohesive team. You play strongly together.
Nah, I ain't even worried about that.
Yeah. We're just trying to focus on this season. We have goals, and just focus on the work this season.
Thank you. Thank you guys.